Have you been injured in an automobile or car-related accident, or on the job, or in your home, or in the supermarket, or in your car, or at the park, or the lake, or the zoo? You have rights. I'm Basil Harris. I'm an artist in Seattle. I'm not a lawyer. But if you're an artist and you want coverage of the arts, call Nancy Guppy at ArtZone right now. She's got 10 years of arts coverage experience here in the local area. Don't trust those other birds with your major problem. Call Nancy Guppy ArtZone. 10 years of experience right here in the Pacific Northwest. And seriously, you should get a lawyer and have your neck checked out, because that could be a concussion or whiplash. Those things can get pretty serious if you don't see a doctor.
Hello, hello.
Hit it, hit it.
Hi there and welcome to the show. I'm Nancy Guppy here at beautiful Georgetown Stables, and we put together an entertaining episode for you. Take a look.
Neither one of us are shrinking violets.
BenDeLaCreme and Jinkx Monsoon need attention. Holiday fun in 4-part harmony.
The 12 things on the ArtZone calendar we found for you.
And music from the mighty Black Tones.
Don't you worry, baby. Don't you worry, too. Don't you worry, baby. Because I want you.
We'll begin with 14-year-old Robyn Harding, a highly disciplined tap dancer whose commitment to learning her craft is both impressive and inspiring.
I started dancing when I was 5 years old because a lot of my friends were in dance classes and I did gymnastics and I wanted to give it a try. And I continued doing it because I thought it was really fun, and I love being able to express myself through dance. I dance at Gotta Dance, and I do lyrical, jazz, ballet, hip hop, tap, musical theater, and they all use technique in the same way, so it's important that you take all of them. Ballet, you have to be very grounded, and your arms are very important, and your upper body. And that's important in tap too, and can make your tap dancing better. In ballet, there's a strict right and wrong, so it forces you to just do everything the best that you can because there's no room for error and difference, whereas in lyrical and tap, everything goes and you can be really creative in that aspect. Tap is my favorite because unlike all the other styles, it incorporates sound. And I think that's super cool because in ballet, you're trying not to be heard at all, but in tap, you can be as loud as you want. Gotta Dance is a performing team. I'm on the team called Ensemble, which is the pre-professional level and really prepares us for performances and careers outside of our studio and after we graduate.
Robyn is a joy to have in class.
1, 2, here we go.
She's just really hungry, and that's a really good quality in a student. Yes, yes, yes. Perseverance is incredibly important. There's no way on your dance journey you're not going to encounter obstacles. If you're able to cope with the frustration, use it to motivate you to try harder or to motivate you to go home and work on it on your own, that can be the difference between a student that really progresses really fast and shines versus someone who kind of peters out.
My schedule's pretty busy. I usually get home from dance really late, and then I have homework, and I don't want to get behind at school. Even though sometimes I care way more about dance than school, I don't want to get behind at school. And then I have a lot of times where the weekends are filled with dance too, so it's kind of just trying to keep everything working. I love competitions, not necessarily because of the competing aspect. I just love being able to perform, and performing makes me happy. And it is a bit about like competing. Like, it's fun to see what other people think of your dance and your dancing. I'm part of a company in Boston, Massachusetts called American Tap Company, and we're going to the World Championships for tap dance, the IDO World Championships, and I'm super duper excited to be representing Team USA, and we're going to compete our big dance. I see myself in multiple different places in the future. It'd be really fun to be a part of a tap company that either tours or does shows a lot. And it'd also be fun to be in something maybe not as tap related, but still does shows, like a show on Broadway. So I just want to perform. I know I want to perform a lot when I'm older.
Going downtown to see a man and I ain't got time, shake your hand.
Learn more about Gotta Dance, including how to sign up for classes, on their website. BenDeLaCreme and Jinkx Monsoon, superstar drag queens who began their careers in Seattle and gained fame and followers on RuPaul's Drag Race, have joined forces to create the holiday extravaganza, All I Want for Christmas is Attention. We caught up with this dynamic duo as they prepared for their highly anticipated worldwide tour. Well, Jinkx Monsoon and BenDeLaCreme, it is so wonderful to see you. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you for having us.
In the midst of all of this huge rehearsal for your big show.
Oh yeah, nothing's more fun than daytime drag.
Well, you're pulling it off beautifully.
Thank you.
So All I Want for Christmas is Attention, which is a great title.
Thank you.
Terrific title. Who came up with that, by the way?
That was a group effort.
Yeah, and it was really hard to top last year's, which was To Jesus, Thanks for Everything, Jinkx and Dela.
Well, exactly. So this is your second holiday show. The first one, like you said, To Jesus, Thanks for Everything. 2018 debut, rave reviews, huge crowds. So were you surprised by the response to that?
The response was just incredible.
Yeah.
And it could have really gone either way. So we were delighted, which meant that this year we could expand it even more.
Right. So you obviously enjoy sharing a stage together. That said, collaborating, it can be tricky. You cannot always get it just your own way. So how do you write, and how do you decide, or who decides what gets into the show?
Neither of us sign off on anything that we're not both fully comfortable with. We get into a groove where we start predicting what the other one wants to say, and we start writing in each other's voices, which I think is only a tool to us because we've known each other for so long. I wouldn't trust my voice in anyone else's hands.
Yeah, I mean, we've worked together for over a decade, so we really understand each other's humor, each other's thought processes, and each other's characters. So she really knows how to write for me.
Well, that's so great to have that kind of, that closeness like that. Creative closeness is great.
It usually comes down to like, Dela's like, oh, I like this scene, but Dela needs to be dumber. And then
That's usually what it is. Dela needs to be dumber, Jinkx needs to be drunker.
yeah.
You know each other well. So what can your adoring fans look forward to in All I Want for Christmas is Attention?
Well, I think it's got, it's got all the stuff that we figured out how to establish last year, which we're very proud of.
You have backup dancers?
It's December, the splendor of the season known as Christmas time. There's carols and cocoa, blinking bulbs and boughs of pine. We'll sing some, bells ring some, as we sleigh ride through the snow. Trim the tree and follow me, it's that kind of holiday show.
Yeah, the original idea was we would pick some of our best numbers, our best holiday-themed numbers, and structure the show around that. And then in between, we just kind of chat and loosely have conversations on stage. And I think our first day of writing, we realized, no, it's going to be a fully scripted show with a full character arc and
Production
development.
numbers, multiple costume changes, and a
Backup
slew of
dancers.
dancers.
Yeah.
No matter where you come from, no matter who you are, there's something about this holiday that's sure to leave a scar.
Now, how do you make sure that the attention is evenly distributed, meaning no one gets more than the other?
I don't.
Well, I wrestle the attention out of Jinkx's cold, dead hands.
I don't think we even have to work at it. It's like neither one of us are shrinking violets, you know? I think you just put us both on stage and it's kind of a tug of war. But because the friendship is there and because of the trust and the respect for each other as artists, we naturally know when to let the other one take their moment. Scripting it helps.
Yes.
Because I think I can be, out of the two of us, I'm a little bit more of a loose cannon on stage. I can't let an
You
audience...
agree with that?
I mean, only when pressured.
I'm the kind of performer, I could be in the middle of a monologue and someone in the audience would sneeze and I'd stop what I'm doing to say, bless you. You know?
So improvisation.
And then a 20-minute monologue.
About sneezing, yeah.
Free association, and then blankly staring at me, trying to get me to give her a cue line. It happens, but it's always very entertaining when it does.
What do you see as each other's greatest strength? What do you see as Jinkx's? And
Well, Jinkx is a natural performer. She's got an incredible set of pipes, which is one of the things she's very well known for. But also such a strong comedic sense and such a strong voice, I'd say, culturally. I think one thing we have in common is that we both, social commentary is really important to us.
Yeah, I've always said that Dela is one of the most intellectual drag performers I know. She's able to take a song parody and not only make it hilarious, but shove a whole lot of nuance in there. She can deliver a performance of Single Ladies parodied to talk about the social constructs of marriage and female oppression. And it's entertaining, but in the end, you're like, wow, I learned a lot about how women are mistreated. You know?
Stay tuned for the next tour of my new solo show, Ready to Be Committed, coming to Seattle this spring or early summer.
Jinkx Monsoon.
Now, you both competed on RuPaul's Drag Race and did extraordinarily well. Jinkx, you won the 5th season.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And Dela won Miss Congeniality. Was it season 6?
Yes.
So what did you learn about yourselves as a performer and as a human being from the RuPaul Drag Race experience?
I think what I love most about Drag Race is that it's shown that we are the performers that we are with or without drag. You know, we're comedians, we're musicians and models and fashion icons and seamstresses, you know.
Yes. Top models, yeah.
And we've chosen drag as our way to do those things. So when you compete against other people whose strengths are areas that aren't your strengths, it makes you zero in that much more on your specific field and medium and make that much stronger so that a cabaret performer can stand up against a supermodel and we can compete equally even though we have different strengths.
Different strengths, right.
Cabaret performer, supermodel.
Well, yeah.
Did you notice how I gestured
I didn't
this
wanna
way
say.
to a hypothetical drag queen?
What about you?
You know, season 6 was very challenging for me. I just had not been in competition with that level of drag artistry. You know, I went from...
That's the top.
Yeah,
Oh, you're the
exactly. But I'd say that what I really benefited most from was all the time after season 6, because there's really nothing that makes you better at anything than doing it every day.
Yes.
So going on tour suddenly after season 6 and being in a different city every night, having to get a different kind of audience to respond, I think that made me a really solid performer, so that now I'm at the point where I don't have to second guess myself quite as much.
There's nothing like experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really isn't. Well, you're internationally renowned drag queens, and you came up in Seattle. You, in a lot of ways, you define the drag scene here in Seattle. Is there, or in the area, is there something, do you think, about the Pacific Northwest that nurtures superstar talent such as yourself?
I think Seattle has such an emphasis on the performance and the individual character and the unique idiosyncrasies that make Seattle drag queens so special in the grand scope of things. And a lot of that I learned from BenDeLaCreme. Like, meeting BenDeLaCreme was a huge turning point in my life as an artist, for the better.
That's lovely.
Yeah, you know, I think that Seattle has a very specific flavor that comes from the intersectionality of the art forms here. You know, I was the MC down at the Can when I first moved here, and I was meeting such a diverse range of vaudevillian kind of variety art form. And so whether I'm working on a production that involves all those other types of performers or just a two-person production, it's always, what's most exciting to me is to bring all of those flavors into it.
All informing. Yeah. Right, right. All right, finally, for the hundreds of thousands of people who will see All I Want for Christmas Is Attention, what do you hope their takeaway will be?
Well, I hope they have a great time. I hope they laugh really hard and sort of escape the madness of the world and the madness of the holidays for a couple hours.
Come on, everybody, go with me. 'Cause a virgin had a baby that you'll all want to see.
Yeah, I hope our audience members leave with a strong sense of community, because I think it's a community building experience to all come together and watch drag show together. But I also hope they leave with a better sense of community for the LGBTQ plus community. And how do we just share this world, this time of year, and the spirit of this season with each other in a more open and loving way?
That's wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for talking with us, and you're delightful. So All I Want for Christmas Is Attention, starring the fabulous BenDeLaCreme and Jinkx Monsoon, swoops into the Neptune Theater December 21st through the 27th. Tickets are going fast, but a few are still available at stgpresents.org. Thank you, darlings.
Thank you so much.
So martinis, vodka or gin?
Vodka.
Vodka, yeah.
That was quick. Our band this week has us jumping for joy, the mighty Black Tones. Hello.
Hello, Nancy.
And this, of course, Eva Walker, the beautiful Eva Walker, wearing her fantastic Goodwill dress.
Goodwill find.
It's a great find. Looks fantastic on you. So let's meet the bandmates.
Yeah.
Shall we? Starting over here.
This is Ezekiel Lords on the bass.
Hey, Ezekiel, great to see you.
And my fabulous twin brother and other founder of the Black Tones, Cedric David.
That's you. And that's what I was going to say. So you are both, you founded the band, you are twins. That said, twins, one had to be born first.
Yes, I'm glad you asked. That was me,
So
10 minutes.
10 minutes, so you're kind of you're the leader of the pack.
Yes,
so to say,
of
so
course.
To speak. Okay.
Right?
Well, so
yes.
yeah, so he can't say a thing. Yes, no mic. So when you are running a band is like a business, and being siblings and running a business could be a little challenging. Is it ever, or?
Yeah. Not so much with Cedric,
Yeah.
because we've known each other our entire, we're roommates.
Yeah.
And so it's not so bad. I think the hardest part is the external stuff of running the business. Like, we get along great.
Yeah.
We show up to rehearsal. We know where each other lives.
Right.
So yeah, I think the hardest part is just the everything
running
else.
of the
the
business.
running
Yes,
of the business.
right,
Yeah.
but the relationship is good. So your debut record, produced by the great Jack Endino,
Yeah.
came out last April, called Cobain and Cornbread. What a great cover, by the way. That cover is, was that your idea?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good, and you pull it off beautifully, Cedric. And you describe your sound as a mixture of Kurt Cobain and cornbread. Intriguing. Break that down. What does that mean?
It's mostly, it represents the aesthetic of the Northwest, or the aesthetic of us, I guess, too. Whereas I love Nirvana. They're not necessarily, you know, a big direct influence,
Yeah.
but more so
Cobain represents the aesthetic of the Northwest, and the cornbread represents the aesthetic of the South, because we're born in Seattle, our family's from Louisiana, and so we had a very, in a way, Southern upbringing under this cloudy Northwest weather.
Interesting combination.
Yeah, we ate Southern food every day.
Wow.
Every day.
With the rain coming down.
With the rain coming down. Gumbo and flannel shirts.
Well, it works.
Yeah.
It works. And so I know you're going to play us a couple of songs off the debut record. And what's up first?
We're going to play a song called Ghetto Spaceship.
Ghetto Spaceship.
Ghetto Spaceship.
Ghetto Spaceship. Well, are we ready, Blacktones, to do this thing?
We are ready.
Are we ready? Are we ready?
We're ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Blacktones. Pick up Cobain and Cornbread in your favorite indie record store or online, and catch the Blacktones live on Friday, December 27th at Numos, and as Death Cab for Cuties opening band on Monday, February 24th, 2020 at the Showbox at the Market.
Wow, the holiday season is coming quickly.
I know. I'm really ready for some Christmas.
Hey, the Art Zone calendar has tons of things to do.
True. They have 12 fun ideas for the holidays.
The 12 things on the Art Zone calendar we found for you.
Christmas ships from Argosy. The Harlem Nutcracker.
Seattle Girls Choir.
The Bishop's Wife at Taproot.
A Christmas Carolet Act. The Hard Nut by Mark Morris.
Fairmont's Teddy Bear Suite.
The Dickens Carolers singing for you. Wild Lights at the Zoo. Seattle Men's Chorus. Messiah. And the giant gingerbread houses at the downtown Sheraton.
What a great season.
And if you'd like to have the Dickens Carolers sing for you, we could be greeting guests at your company party.
We could be strolling in your shopping center.
Or singing from table to table in your restaurant.
Or caroling by the tree in your home.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Since this is our last show of 2019, I want to give a big shout out to the crackerjack team of talent behind every single episode of Art Zone, and I want to do it with some adorable animation. So here we go. Production coordinator Pam Dotson. Animator, motion graphics designer Don Norton. Engineer and tech troubleshooter Daryl Peck. Photographer editors MJ McKnight and Aaron McKnight. Producer Kate Husentrut. Web and social media masters Jennifer Nerad and Tyler Sipe. Director, photographer, editor Vincent Pierce. Production manager Ed Escalona. Photographer Tim Pearson. Photographer editor Lulu Gargiulo. Lighting director Bob O'Hearn. Photographer Philip Townsend. Editor Peggy Lysette. Operations manager Kurt Weiss. Photographer editor Ralph Bevins. Producer Kathy Toohey. Audio production Brett Rudy. Benevolent Georgetown Stables owner John Bennett. Photographer editor Valerie Vaza. Photographer editor Howard Shack. Producer Rosemary Garner. Still photographer Ernie Sapiro. Nicest guy in the world Norm Ohashi. Photographer editor Randy Eng. Station manager Shannon G. And photographer editor Chris Barnes, who made this awesome animation. I'm grateful to work with such an amazing group of people, and I look forward to having lots more fun in 2020. And that's a wrap. Thanks so much for tuning in all year long. Have a wonderful holiday, and we will see you real soon.
So I said, Mama has a spider in my room. I said, Mama has a spider in my room.
Art Zone is filmed on location at Georgetown Stables, the coolest event space in Seattle. More information is at georgetownstables.com.